This is session 7 of our Python class, and in this class we will be studying about modules. Okay, these are very important topic in Python. Okay, in this module or in this session we will be studying more about modules. Okay, before moving on to this, what is a module? Okay, you want to study what is a module, and in this we are studying how to create a module. Okay, we are studying that only. Okay, now what is a module? Module means it is a file containing Python definitions and statement. Okay, by a module is simply it is a file. Okay, and in the inside that file we have some definitions of Python and some statements or some codes are written on inside this module. Okay, then what a module can do, a module can define functions, classes and variable. Okay, I told inside this module we'll be having some functions, some classes and some variables also. Okay, and as I already told in the beginning, a module can also include runnable code. Okay, inside this code there can be inside this module there can be some codes or some functions will be defined or some classes will be defined and some variables will be defined inside our module. Okay, now grouping related code into a module makes code easier to understand and use. That means if we are using some runnable code, if you are writing a runnable code in a module, and if you write a code inside that module, if you do like that, that means if you group related codes in a module, that means it is this module is like a folder only. You can think this module as a folder. How means if you can write a related code, if you have four or five codes, just think that we have some codes and all the four or five codes are related to each other, so that you can make a folder in our computer also. If you have a folder like photos, we will add different photos inside this folder, like that only. Related codes, we will write these related codes into a module. If you do that, what is the what we can say advantage? The advantage is that we can easily, this code can be easily understand and we can use it easily. If you write the code somewhere and if it is messy means it will be difficult. If you take the related codes and group it together inside a module means then it will be easy. Okay, now it will make the code logically organized. Okay, why this, what this means if you write a one type of code under one module, other type of code under other module, so that it will be very easier for us to get that code. Because we can say like in the folder in our laptop, if it is a photos folder means inside that photos will be there, and if it is a movies folder means inside that movies will be there. Like similar to that codes also, one similar codes of one module, other similar codes other module, so it will be very much organized, so we can easily access our codes. Okay, no confusion will occur. Okay, now how to make a module that we are studying? Okay, yes, how to make a simple module. That is, we can give it any name. That is I am writing as, give us calc.py. Calc.py is a Python file, and in this file we are making that as a module. Okay, how means look, you can see here we define this. The first is def means define. Okay, what we will define? Add of x comma y, then return, that means this symbol is colon, return x plus y. Okay, this that means we are telling that we should add, if you give if you two variables x and y, if there is two values and we are defining that as addition, and it should give the value after doing the addition, that is x plus y, that value you should return. And we are also defining the subtraction, that is define def subtract. You have two values x comma y, you should return x minus y. Okay, we are defining that under calc.py. That's a name that we give. Now, if you want to import that one, what we want to do? Okay, that is we are studying. For importing that one, first we have made that module, that is calc.py. Now we want to import that one. Okay, for importing that, we will give this command import calc. That is what we can say. That is the module name that we have give calc.py. Okay, now, after we are importing that, we will add this any two values, print or add 10 comma 2. Then what will the output will be 12. Okay, if you give print subs 10 comma 2 means then it will give do subtraction, because we have defined addition and subtraction under this module, that is calc.py. We have defined that one. That is very that is the thing. Okay, we have already defined. So if you, for example, if you give this multiply 10 comma 2 means it will give error. Why it will give error? Because we have defined only addition and subtraction. We have not defined multiplication in that. Okay, now I hope this much is clear. Now you can see that import statement. We can use any Python source file as a module by executing an import statement in some other Python source file. That is what we have done. Okay, where we use this Python source file as a module. That means in our case calc.py is a Python file and we are using that as a module. And how we can execute that means we will import that one. Okay, we are now in this case we import this calc and okay, in some other Python source. Okay, that's why we are importing that. Then we will import that one and then we can do the operations that is defined under that. Okay, when interpreter encounters an import statement. Okay, if you give this command that is import. Okay, then what will happen? This our compiler, or in this case Python, will import the module if the module is present. That means first we want to define the module, then only we can import that. In our Python, there are already many modules present inside that. Okay, if you want to create new, this is the method. Okay, the already present modules we can, if it is already present, then only we can import that one. Okay, now a search we can a search path. Now what we can say, what is a search path? Search path is a list of directories that interpreter search for importing a module. That means we give import something, some file, then this where this our where the which are the list of directories or folders. Directories means folders, in which all folders our Python will search. That is known as search path. Okay, that means for example you can say to import module calc.py, we will do like this, as I already told. Okay, it's like we are importing that our calc.py. Okay, now moving on. Okay, now we will study the from import statement. Okay, up to now we have studied how to create a module and how to import that module. Now we'll study from import statement. That means from import means if you have a main module and inside that module you have to specifically import something. For that we will use this from import statement. Okay, then this from import statement will let you import specific attributes of a module. In first case, we just import full module. If you want to import something inside the module, we use this from import. Okay, now this is a syntax from dash import dash. That means that is a syntax. Okay, now moving forward, I'll show you how to do that. Okay. Yes. Here are some examples. First one is importing square root, sqrt, and factorial. Okay. These sqrt and factorial, these are present inside a module known as math. This is already inbuilt in our Python. Okay. that we don't we have not made this one, but it is already present. Okay, when you install this Python. Okay, so what will happen? From math, we are importing sqrt, and also we are importing this factorial. Okay, these two things which are present inside our math module, we are importing that. Okay, now if we simply do this import math, then what we can say, we want to do like this: math dot square root of say any value, and math, if you want to do factorial, means math dot factorial of any value, like that we want to do. Otherwise, we will do like this: import square root and factorial. For that, we will do. Okay, now what we can do, look here. Here you can see this command. That means look here, we can either do like this: from math import these two functions, okay, square root and factorial. Or if we simply do math, means just import math. If you give like that, means inside that only we are having this square root and factorial. So the command we will change like this: math dot sqrt. Okay, if you do like this, then only we can do import this square root from that. Okay, if you give only this import math only, math dot factorial. Similarly, math dot factorial also. So if you want to take it, for that only import dash from dash, like that. This command we will use, and you give print square root 16, means corresponding value will be given. Print factorization, corresponding value will get as output. I hope this much is clear. Now, we are using this from import star statement. Okay, this star statement where we use, that is we want to study. Okay, this star statement or star symbol is used with the from import. The same thing that we have studied. From import statement is used to import all the names of a module to current namespace. That means from we can say in this example, we know that what is present inside the math, so that we can call. But if we don't know what is present, we want to call everything. For that, we are using this star symbol. Okay. Now, if you exactly know what is needed, that means we know that this square, we want the square root function. And if we know that the square root is inside math, then we can give from math import square root. If you don't know what is present inside math, then only if you want to import everything and inside this math, then you can use a star. Okay, you can see here from random import star. That means everything under this module random will got imported. Okay. Now, if you print this one, print directory of random, means after this importing everything, these everything will be, these are the thing that comes under our random. That everything will be coming. If you don't know the name, means you can do like this. Okay. Now, next one is directory function. Okay, this is a what you can say syntax. It is a built-in function, and what is a this what you can say the role of this one, means it will return a sorted list of strings, and it containing names defined by a module. This directory function return a sorted list of strings. Okay. Now this what that means it will return some list. Okay, if you do this command, we'll study more by example, and that list contain the names of all module, variable, and function defined in the module. Okay, that means why we use this direct function, means it is similar to this one only. That means if we don't know what is present inside a module, we use this one. Okay, for example, import, look here, import built-in module random. Okay, in this one, we for importing that one, we give this import random. This random we want to import and print directory of random. That means everything under this one is shown here. You can see here. This command we have also used here at the top. Yes, here also we have used that one. Look here. Yes, print directory of random. That means first we have imported that thing. If you want to know what is, we have imported everything. For that we have using this char. Okay, and we have imported that thing. What we have imported, if you want to see, for that only we are using this directory function dir. Okay, of random we have done. That's why we give random. Similarly, here also we can see that. Yes, here we can see we have imported random, and what all that is a module, and what all comes under this random we can see like this. Okay, it's similar only. Okay, now moving on, what we can say, if yes, now we can say, okay, a different math module. First look here, we are doing some mathematical operations. Okay, first we want this import math. We are doing many operations, so that we are not defining like the square root or like that we already done. Okay, okay, here you can see what we can do. If you want this square root, I told that this is instead of from math import square root, you can do like this. I already told. So this we are doing like that. Okay, print math dot square root. Then it will print the square root of this 25. Okay, this math dot pi, it give the value of that pi. Then if you want to print degrees, okay, that means here you can see math dot degree of 2. That means it will print what is 2 radian. 2 radian means 114 degree. It will convert radian into degree. Okay, this command. Okay, now see, next one is, if you want to convert this degree to radian, radians of what is you want to convert to radian, 60 degree. Okay, now next one, if you want to find the sine, math dot sine is used. If you want to find the cosine means math dot cos. If you want to find the tan means math dot tan. Okay, now if you want to find the factorial, okay, factorial means math dot factorial is used. And for printing the value, you give print math dot factorial. Clear, right? Okay, now importing some random variable. Okay, this one import random. Instead, first these commands we have done by importing math. Next one we import random. Okay, now after importing random, you can see here this command, that's random dot radiant 0 comma 5. Why we use this command is, if you do this command, if you print this, it what will happen, because it will print integer between 0 and 5 randomly. We have imported this random module, and in that if you want to print anything in between 0 and 5 randomly, we'll use this rand int. Okay, now moving on, if you want any value in between 0 and 1, then this is a random dot random, like that. If you, that means if you want between 0 comma 5 means it will take in between. If you don't give anything means it will take between 0 and 1. Okay, now if you want between 0 and 100 means what you will random dot random into 100. Okay, here you give into 100. That means the outer value will be random, and you'll take any value which is starting from 0 and 100. Okay, now you can see a list, but list we have already studied. First, this is a symbol list. Now, yes, now what we are doing is, from this list we are choosing something using the random function. We have already imported our random function. Now look here, you can see random dot choice of list. Okay, that means it is for choosing something from our list. This, first we have defined the list. Now this command will print something from this. Okay, yes. Now importing built-in random, what we can say, built-in module date time. Okay, for that function we will, for date and time, we import this, import date time. Okay, now for if you want to show the time from date time, we import this date, and from then import time. Okay, like that. Each one we have imported. Now what we can do is this command print time dot time. Okay, if you what give this one means Okay, what will happen means it will print the time since January 1st, 1970. Okay, now next one you can see that one convert. If you want to convert a number of second to date object, for that we use this command. And means this is a number of second. If you want to convert how much the date is, this one means you do this command print timestamp. Okay, now we will do this everything in the Python notebook later. Okay, now we will study about Python packages. Now we have studied our module first. Now we will study about Python packages. Okay, I told that same code we will use this Python module. Okay, if you want to organize large number of files in different folders and subfolders, we what we do, we will do like this folders. Okay, this Python package means what we can say is this Python, if you want, if you have similar modules, that means one module means similar code. Okay, that we have studied. If you have different modules, but some specialty or some common factories, so you can bring many modules together. That is known as packages. Okay, packages contain one or more relevant modules. Okay, now we can package is actually a folder containing one or more module. If you have say one more time similar code, we will write it under module. If you combine similar modules, then that is known as packages. Okay, now we will study how to create a package. For creating a package in your D folder, you can create a folder, any folder. Here we are telling my app, and you go to this folder, and inside that you create another folder. You create a subfolder. That subfolder you give any name. In this case, we are giving my package. Now, if for creating our package, if you want to create an empty package, this is a command that is underscore init underscore dot py. Okay, if you give like this, what will happen? An empty Python file will be created. Okay, then if you want to create some other thing, that means the init this command will create an empty one only. If you want to create not empty something inside that, this we can this you can say greet.py. Inside that we are giving some commands. Okay, next one is functions.py, and inside that also we are define doing some commands. Okay, yes. Then what will happen? First, this is our main folder, my app, and inside that we are having a my package, and inside that we have created three Python file, and some code is present under greet.py, and something is under function.py also. This is a blank Python file, that means, and the code for that is this is the that is this dash init dash py. This one is the command for that. Okay, now this structure is clear, I think. Okay, now if you want to import a module from package, I already told that a number of modules come together to form a package. From a particular package, if you want to take one module, for that what we will do, that we are studying. Okay, we'll study from this example only. Okay, yes. Now, what we will do is we will go to this my app and to this one. Why? What we will do means, okay, look here, from my package import functions. Okay, that means yes, this is my package. My package. We are importing this one, that is functions. Okay, yes. Here you can see here. Okay. Functions, and in that functions dot power 3 comma 2. Okay, that this will be, you will understand after knowing what is under the function. Look here, under the function summation and average and what we can say power, these three functions are defined under this function. And under the greet we give say hello name, print hello is given under the this greet.py. Okay, now moving on. Yes, you can see here since this is there means this under this function we have defined this power. We get the output as 9. That means 3 square 9. We'll get the output. Okay. Now what we can do from we can do some other thing. We have this from my package dot functions. Under this function we have sum also, so that we will import this sum and we get the output like that. Okay, since we have already defined, then only we can import that. Now average, if you give this average like this, means simply like average, we have not defined from where, from my package, from function like this. If you don't give like that, means you get the error like this. Okay, we have not defined from where this average is defined. You want to specify where we have defined that average function. That means we have defined this average function from in this my package. Then you want to import average. If you do like this, means you get the output. Okay, otherwise there will be an error. Okay, that you not too careful. Okay, now I told that for we can say, if you want to create an empty Python file like this, or empty module, this is the command. Okay, underscore init underscore dot py, and nothing will be there inside that. Okay, now if you do like this, means our what we can say, our Python interpreter recognize a folder, recognize a folder as package if it contains this file only. That is important one. Okay, if you have this file, then only I told that in our this one, look here, I'll show that this is the structure as I already shown here. Okay, the important thing that you want to always, our this what you can say, our package should always contain this one, underscore init.py. If what our Python will do is, Python will check whether this file is there. If this file is there, then only it will recognize that, okay, yes, then this is a package. Then only it will understand that that is a package. That is an important thing. Every package should have this module. Okay. Now, okay, then that's an important thing that you want to know. Okay. Now, moving on. Yes, that means inside. Yes, these are not so important. Now, yes, you can create many other modules under this one, but always this init dot this thing should be there. Okay, yes. Now, yes, now you can see here. This is a test dot. I will explain that command also. 1 second. Yes, yes. This I told that this always init.py, that file should be there. Then only our Python will understand that this is a package. Okay. Now what we can do is, okay, look here, this init.py. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Now what we are doing is, we are creating test.py, this Python file in my app folder. Okay, for that we have defined what is coming under this test.py. Means under this one we are importing power, average, say hello, and these functions we have already imported. Now what will you can see here, that means we are yes, Python text.py we are calling, and in that what is these two coming, that is hello world is printing, and also power, if you give power 3,2 and 9 will be printing. Okay, yes, this much I thought, this much is clear. Now we can do some exercise, this code in our Jupyter notebook. Okay, 1 second, I will take that. So I hope this much it is clear. Okay, I'll take my Jupyter notebook. Okay, yes, I think you can see my Jupyter notebook. Okay, first command. Okay, I told that this command is for what we can say, importing the already present modules. Okay, look here, from math import sqrt comma factorial. That means math is a module, and these functions is present inside the module, that is math. We are importing this one. Now if you give print square root 16 and print factorial 6 means it give output as square root of 16 is 4 and factorial 6 is 720. It give output like that. This work only if we import the corresponding modules. If we have not imported means we will get error. Okay. Now moving on. Yes, this I already told that this directory, if you give directory means it will show what all what we can say what all are the functions inside our module. For knowing that only after importing that thing, what we are doing, if a directory of random, if you give what is present under this random, for that you give like this. For importing, if you don't know what is present inside that, you want first we want to import, then only we can see what is present inside that. For that only we are using this star function. Okay, import star means everything under this random will be get imported. Now for seeing that we are using this directory. Okay, now here you can see that if you if you just import random means it actually everything is getting what we can say everything is getting imported. Okay, or called. Okay, now this what we can say this command import random and import from random import star, these two commands are actually same only. It is similar, it is actually similar only. Okay. Okay, now what we can say these are the if you give this print directory of random means it will print what is present under the random. Okay. Okay, I hope this much is clear. Okay, now moving on. Yes, this is we have imported the math, and in this math we have done means we are doing many mathematical operations. For doing that, math dot square root, math dot pi, degrees I have already explained. Math dot radian, sine, cos, tan, factorial, and from random one we are means 0 comma 5 we are printing anything an integer between 0 comma 5. For that we are printing that integer, so random is our module and dot rand int, this is a command. Okay, now if you want to print anything between 0 and 1 means random dot random, that is a command. And, between 0 and 100 means random dot random star 100. Okay, I have that much it is clear. Now next what we have done is we have created a list. Okay, yes, this is one for getting anything we are choosing something from this list. For we are using this one random dot choice of list. Okay, now yes, you can see the corresponding outputs here of mathematical operations here. Yes, now what we can see, yes, you can see here import what we can say, yes, importing date and time. We are importing date time. From date time we are importing date also and also time. Now print time dot time means you can see here. Yes, yes, that means when you print this one means from January 1st 1970, how many seconds are there? These much seconds are there. That is getting printed. Now what you can say number of, if you can't convert that into a date, from which date we are calculating. For that, if you give this what we can say seconds for timestamp, it will convert it to date. This is the date 16 this 16 61 1970. Okay, I hope this much is clear. Yes, you should do this. You should do it on the Jupyter notebook. I hope this much class is clear. And thank you.